Unit 5 Digital Signal Processor Part 4. So, the C600 device comes with a program memory which on some devices can be used as a program cache. The devices also have a varying sizes of the data memory. Peripherals such as direct memory access DMA controller, power down module and external memory interface usually come with the CPU, while peripherals such as serial while the peripherals such as serial ports and host ports are on only certain devices. So the central processing unit, the C67X CPU is common to all, that is C62X, 4X, 7X devices. The CPU consists of the program fetch unit, instruction dispatch unit, program fetch unit, instruction dispatch unit, instruction decode unit, 2 data paths each with 4 functional units, 32-bit register, control logic, test, emulation and interrupt logic. Also the program fetch, instruction dispatch and instruction decode units can deliver up to 8 32-bit instructions to the functional unit every CPU clock cycle. The processing of the instruction occur in each of the 2 data paths A and B, each of which contain 4 functional units and 16 32-bit general purpose registers. The internal memory C67X DSP has 32-bit byte addressable address space. Internal memory is organized in separate data and program spaces. When off-chip memory is used, these spaces are unified on most devices to a single memory space via external memory interface. The C67X DSP has two 32-bit internal port to access internal data memory. This DSP has a single internal port to access internal program memory with an instruction fetch width of 256 bits. The memory and peripheral options. A variety of memory and peripheral options are available for C600 platform, that is large on-chip RAM up to 7 million bits, program cache, 2-level caches, 32-bit external memory interface, support SDRAM, SBSRAM, SRAM and other asynchronous memories for a broad range of external memory requirement and maximum system performance. The DMA controller transfers the data between address ranges in the memory map without intervention by the CPU. The DMA controller has 4 programmable channels and a 5th auxiliary channel. eDMA controller performs the same function as the DMA controller. The eDMA has 16 programmable channels as well as RAM space to hold a multiple configurations for future transfers. HPI is a parallel port through which a host processor can directly access the CPU's memory space. The host device has the ease of access because it is the master of the interface. The host and the CPU can exchange information via internal or external memory. In addition, the host has a direct access to the memory map peripherals. The expansion bus is a replacement for HPI as well as the expansion of the EMIF. The expansion provides 2 distinct areas of functionality which can coexist in a system. The host part of the expansion bus can operate in either asynchronous slave mode, similar to the HPI or in asynchronous or in synchronous master slave mode. This allows the device to interface to a variety of host bus protocol. The synchronous FIFO and the asynchronous peripheral input output devices may interface to the expansion bus. The multi-channel buffered serial port is based on the standard serial port interface found on TMS320C2000 and 5U000 devices. So the timers are 32-bit general purpose timers used for this function, like time event, count events, general pulses, and interrupt the CPU. Send synchronization event to the DMA EDMA controller. The power down logic allows reduced clocking to reduce the power consumption. Most of the operating power of the CMOS logic dissipates during the circuit switching from one logic state to another. By preventing some or all the chips logic from switching, we can realize a significant power saving without losing any data or operational content. So the components of the data path for the TMS320C67X CPU. These components consist of two general purpose register files A and B, 8 functional units, that is L2, S1, S2, L1, L2, S1, S2, M1, M2, D1 and D2. Also 8 functional units, okay, to load from memory data path, to store to memory data path, to data address path, to register file data cross path. So this is the diagram of TMS320C67X CPU data path. Next is general purpose register files. There are two general purpose register files A and B in C600 data path. For C6X DSP, each of these files contains 16 32-bit registers, A0 to A15 for file A and B0 to B15 for file B. For the C6X DSP, the register file size is doubled to 32-bit registers. The general purpose register can be used for the data address pointer, or the condition registers. The C67X DSP general purpose register files support a data ranging in the size from packed 16-bit data through 40-bit fixed point and 64-bit floating point data. The values larger than 32 bits, such as 40-bit long and 64-bit float quantities, are stored in register pair. The C67X DSP general purpose register file support data ranging in size from PAT16-bit data through 40-bit fixed point and 64-bit floating point data. The values larger than the 32-bit, such as 40-bit long and 64-bit float quantities, are stored in register pair. In these, the 32 LSBs of the data are placed in an even numbered register and the remaining 8 or 32 MSBs in the next upper register. That is always an odd numbered register. The packed data types store either 4 8-bit values or 2 16-bit values in a single 32-bit register or 4 16-bit values in 64-bit register pair. So there are 16 valid register pair for 40-bit and 64-bit data in C67X DSP course. In assembly language syntax, a colon between the register names denotes the register pair and the odd numbered register is specified first. The additional registers are addressed by using previously unused fifth bit of the source, and register specifies all 64-bit register writes and reads are performed over 2 cycles as per the current C67X devices. So, here is the diagram which shows the register storage scheme for 40-bit long data. So the operations requiring a long input ignore the 24 MSBs of the odd numbered register. Operations producing a long result 0 fill the 24 MSBs of the odd numbered register. The even numbered register is encoded in the opcode. So next is the storage scheme for 40-bit data. Here diagram shows the storage scheme for 40-bit data in register pair. Next is the functional unit. The 8 functional unit in C6000 data path can be divided into two groups of 4. Each functional unit in one data path is almost identical to the corresponding unit in the other data path. The functional unit and operations performed is shown in this table. The most data lines in the CPU support a 32 the most data lines in the CPU support a 32-bit operand and some support long 40-bit. Each function unit has its own 32-bit write port into a general purpose register file. All units ending in 1 write to register file A and all units ending in 2 write to register file B. Each function unit has 32-bit read port for source operand, source 1 and 2. 4 units have an extra 8-bit wide port for 40-bit long writes as well as an 8-bit input for 40-bit long reads. Because each unit has its own 32-bit write port when performing 32-bit operations, all 8 units can be used in parallel every cycle. So this table shows the functional unit and the operations performed. Next is the register file cross path. Each functional unit read directly from and write directly to the register file within its own data path. That is, L1, S1, D1 and M1 units write to the register file A, and L2, S2, D2 and M2 write to the register file B. The register files are connected to the opposite side register files functional unit via 1x and 2x cross path. These cross paths allow functional unit from one data and path to access a 32-bit operand from the opposite side register file. The 1x cross path allows the functional unit of data path A and A to read their source from the register file B, and the 2x cross path allows the functional unit of data path B to read their source from register file A. On the C67X DSP, 6 of the 8 functional units have access to the register file on the opposite side via cross path. The M1, M2, S1 and S2 units are source to units are selectable between the cross path and the same side register file. In the case of L1 and L2, both source 1 and 2 input are also selectable between the cross path and the same side register file. Only two cross path 1x and 2x exist in C6000 architecture. Thus, the limit is one source read from each data path opposite register file per cycle, or a total of two cross path source reads per cycle. In C67X DSP, only one functional unit per data path per execute packet can get an operand from the opposite register file. Next is the memory load and the store path. The C67X DSP has two 32-bit paths for loading data from the memory to register file, the LD1 for the register file A and 2 for register file B. The C67X DSP also has a second 32-bit load path for both register files A and B. This allows the LDDW instruction to simultaneously load the two 32-bit values into register file A and two 32-bit values into register file B. For the side A, LD1 is the load path for 32 LSB and LD1B is the load path for 32-bit MSB. For the side B, LD2 is the load path for 32 LSB and LD2B is load path for 32 MSB. So there are also two 32-bit path ST1 and 2 for storing register values to memory from each register file. On the C6000 architecture, some of the ports of the long and double word operands are shared between the functional unit. This places a constraint on which long or double word operations can be scheduled on a data path in the same execute packet. Next is data address path. The data address path DA1 and 2 are each connected to the D unit in both the data path. This allows the data addresses generated by any one part to access the data to or from any register. The DA1 and 2 resources and their associated data path are specified as a T1 and T2 respectively. T1 consists of DA1 address path and LD1 and ST1 data path. For C67X DSP, LD1 is comprised of LD1A and B to support 64-bit load. Similarly, the T2 consists of DA2 address path and LD2 and ST2 data path. For the C67X DSP, the LD2 is comprised of LD2A and B to support 64-bit load. Then next is the control register. Here is a table which shows the control register contained in the control register file. So it consists of addressing mode register, control register mode, interrupt clear register, interrupt enable register, interrupt flag register, interrupt return pointer register, interrupt state register, interrupt service table pointer register, non-maskable interrupt return pointer register, program counter, even phase. Next is the addressing mode register. So with circular addressing, the field also specifies for each of the 8 register A4, A7 and B4, B7 that can perform a linear or circular addressing. The addressing mode register AMR. Addressing mode register means AMR. So it specifies the addressing mode. The a 2-bit field for each register. Select the address modification mode, that is linear or circular mode. With circular addressing, the field also specifies which BK or block size field to use the circular buffer. In addition, the buffer must be aligned on a byte boundary and equal to the block size. So This diagram shows the addressing mode register field description. We can say the structure of AMR. Next is the control status register. The control status register contain the control and status bit. The for the PWRD enable PCC and DCC field, the device specific data manual to see if supports the option that field control. The power down mode and their wake up methods are programmed by the PWRD field bits 15 to 10 of CSR, and the PWRD field of the CSR is shown here. When writing to the CSR, all bits of the PWRD field should be configured at the same time. A logic 0 should be used when writing to the reserved bit, that is bit 15 of the PWRD field. So here CPU ID field is given 8 bit and family of the DSP processor. Thank you.